Why do Japanese homes feel smarter? Your kitchen counter is probably holding 5 to 7 appliances right now, and research links that visual clutter to elevated cortisol and up to a 40% drop in productive focus. The average Japanese counter holds 1, maybe 2 items and resets to 0 every single night. It's not about owning less, it's about 12 specific habits that keep counters crystal clear, and the real cost of ignoring them goes far beyond a messy kitchen. The Japanese design principle of MA treats empty space as a deliberate, active element. In the kitchen, this means the countertop is a functional work surface, never a permanent storage shelf. Tools occupy the space only during active use. To keep daily use items off the surface without making them hard to reach, Japanese kitchens rely on dedicated, close-at-hand storage. The primary tool for this is the appliance garage, a specialized cabinet compartment hidden behind a rolling pocket or lift-up timbre door. Devices like the toaster, coffee maker, and rice cooker stay plugged in and ready to work, but disappear completely when the door is closed. Creating this system does not require expensive custom renovations. Homeowners can retrofit a standard cabinet with a do-it-yourself timbre door kit for around $180, or use ready-made rolling front cabinets that retail for about $159. This simple addition makes it practical to enforce a strict standard of keeping only 1 to 3 items visible on the counter. By moving these daily use machines just inches behind a sliding screen, the kitchen instantly resets to a calm, functional plane. In a busy kitchen, keeping surfaces clear depends on where items go the moment they are used. This starts by separating daily use tools from backup supplies. Everyday utensils and pans stay within arm's reach in the primary work zone, while backup stocks, bulk ingredients, and duplicate tools move to tall overhead cabinets or secondary storage. Every active item has a single fixed home. When a family member finishes using a knife or a cutting board, they apply the one-touch rule, returning the object directly to its assigned drawer or shelf in a single, continuous motion. This prevents the counter from ever serving as a temporary landing zone. If an object has no designated home, it is removed from the kitchen entirely. Designing storage around these direct, low-friction hand movements makes keeping counters clear an automatic habit. Every evening, the kitchen undergoes a final, non-negotiable transition. Before finishing for the night, every countertop is cleared of tools and wiped completely clean. Because each object has an assigned home, this entire reset takes less than 5 minutes. It represents a systematic return to baseline rather than a heroic cleaning effort. Behavioral studies show that keeping these surfaces entirely empty overnight reduces decision fatigue and prevents stress from carrying over into the next morning. In structured testing, families practicing a brief nightly reset saw a 27% increase in items successfully put away and a 15% drop in perceived household mess. Walking into a completely clear kitchen at dawn provides an immediate sense of visual calm, transforming the day's first tasks into effortless routines. This nightly reset proves that order is a simple, repeatable rhythm. Visual calm on a cleared counter relies on strict selective visibility. Only a few mood-supporting items stay on display, perhaps a warm wood cutting board, a single ceramic bowl, a small plant, or a neutral tray. Deliberate gaps are left between these objects, allowing the surface to read as an intentional composition rather than an accumulated pile of daily life. Everything else moves behind a cabinet front or inside a drawer. This systematic concealment also handles the heaviest source of visual and physical noise: waste. Instead of letting trash cans clutter the floor, a dedicated pull-out cabinet hides a 2 or 3 compartment sorting system directly behind a matching cabinet face. This setup keeps recycling and household waste completely out of sight while keeping them highly accessible during meal prep. Retrofitting an existing lower cabinet with this slide-out system is a highly practical upgrade, requiring only a standard IKEA frame under $50. By managing mess internally, the countertop remains a composed, quiet plane. Number 17. Meatloaf with tomato glaze and green beans. To prevent tools from migrating back onto these cleared surfaces, the underlying cabinet infrastructure must support a precise workflow. This shifts storage off the horizontal plane and onto the vertical. Wall-mounted magnetic knife strips replace bulky, counter-hogging knife blocks, keeping essential blades visible and immediately accessible. Similarly, tall pantry cabinets utilize internal pullouts, allowing items stored at the back to slide forward, so everything remains within reach without having to shuffle or stack other goods first. This vertical setup operates alongside a zone system that partitions the kitchen into prep, cooking, washing, and storage areas. Every drawer and shelf is assigned to a specific zone, ensuring that tools reside exactly where they are used. A heavy pot always returns directly to the cooking zone, while a cutting board stays within the prep station. By mapping the kitchen to match physical movements, finding and retrieving a tool becomes an act of pure muscle memory rather than a search. This structured division of space transforms the kitchen into an active, low-friction workspace. Applying the cultural ethic of maintenance stops clutter before it ever crosses the threshold. While often associated with physical trash, maintenance also targets the waste of space and mental attention. In practice, this requires strict restraint when buying new items. While the average Western kitchen counter holds 5 to 7 small appliances, a typical Japanese counter displays only 1 or 2. To maintain this balance, any new appliance must pass a 3-question screening filter. First, does this machine perform a function that no other tool in the kitchen can duplicate? Second, does its utility justify the physical footprint it occupies? Third, will it be used at least 3 times per week? If a device fails any of these tests, it is rejected. This selective gatekeeping keeps countertops open and functional, preventing them from turning into storage yards for single-use gadgets. The items that do remain on a countertop shape the room's energy through their physical materials. Replacing synthetic items with natural textures such as wood, bamboo, ceramic, and linen adds warmth to the space without creating visual noise. On an open surface, a wooden cutting board reads as a deliberate, texture-rich design choice, whereas a plastic food container in the exact same spot registers as untidy clutter. Even before a complete kitchen reorganization is finished, simply transferring bulk dry goods into uniform ceramic or glass containers lowers visual complexity, making the entire workspace feel organized, intentional, and quiet. The most persistent physical obstacle to clear countertops is the dish drying rack. To reclaim this valuable space, Japanese kitchens utilize a built-in drying system located directly inside the cabinet above the sink. Equipped with a slatted or wire bottom, this cabinet allows washed dishes to air dry naturally behind closed doors, while water drips straight through into the sink basin below. The countertop underneath remains completely open and dry. This setup transforms the sink wall into an active helper, hiding the messy drying phase. Homeowners can replicate this system by retrofitting a standard upper cabinet with a wire shelf insert for under $100. No matter how well organized a kitchen is, countertops inevitably face the slow drift of new accumulation. To prevent this, households practice a twice-yearly reassessment during the spring and autumn transitions. Every tool, dish, and pantry item is pulled from the cabinets and evaluated against its actual use. The rule is simple. If an object was not used during the previous season, it is removed. This recurring pruning acts as a built-in review cycle, turning clear counters into a permanent simple habit rather than a temporary achievement. Subscribe to the channel for more practical home design guides. True clarity isn't about owning less. It's about designing a system that works for you. When your kitchen functions with frictionless logic, visual peace becomes automatic. Subscribe for more practical design guides.